Although the rapper was outraged when he initially came, Melly's new judge said in court that he wanted him to leave. At the mention of a bail release, he smiled instantaneously. He must now choose his lawyers after we kept him in our cell for 2,159 days, which shocked everyone, including Melly.
But let me repeat myself. Mr. Demons has to make an informed decision about who he wants his lawyers to be. He's now been sitting in our jail for 2,159 days. So how long would you like to be able to make that decision?
I can't determine when the investigation will be over. That's up to the Broward Sheriff's Office. But I can, as I said, I'm just asking for a week. And then I'm asking for at least a day or two.
You can decide by tomorrow. I've also...
Passersby Felicia Holmes was on her way back to the nation when she was arrested on Sunday afternoon, January 26. The judge stated Melly will be released on bond unless the prosecutor can explain why he shouldn't be released before tomorrow. The judge was surprised to learn that Melman had maintained his innocence for more than 2,100 days. The arrest of Maria Hamilton, Melly's ex-girlfriend and the estate's daughter, would, however, become public knowledge in the days that followed. Miami County bookings and detentions, she didn't anticipate receiving any bond because a warrant had been issued for her at the initial trial. The FBI is quite worried since Hamilton has been evading capture since before the first YNW Melly trial and knows the specifics of what transpired to Sack Chaser and Juvie. Questions about Hamilton's whereabouts and the claims of witness tampering are likely to be raised.
Her first day at the Broward County Jail. She has no arrest record until now. U.S. Border Patrol agents arrested her at Miami International Airport Monday after she arrived on an international flight. Court records show Hamilton was ordered to testify.
When Mara was avoiding surveillance, federal investigators would search her iCloud and find suspicious behavior associated with YNW. Regardless of whether she pulled the bag or not, Melly was charged with forcing her to not testify at the trial, a crime that carries a life sentence in prison. Jude and Chaser.
Charges against Demons and two others who were allegedly involved. The charges include tampering with a witness, directing the activities of a criminal, solicitation or conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. Now, a couple of those charges actually carry a life in prison sentence.
After that, the feds would start their investigation by speaking with a number of Maria's pals to find out if she had told any of her closest friends about what had happened to Juvie and Sack Chaser. However, because he didn't trust them, YNW Juvie's father looked into it himself, asking around for information about his child's whereabouts from both the streets and other neighborhood fathers. He was familiar with everyone, and he could figure out the code words Melly used to have Maria testify against him in court. Federal authorities found the identical code words in her iCloud.
Easy way that Melly was communicating. He wasn't allowed to use the phone, but he was passing notes to people, and then this person's calling this person and then that person.
Saying like to me, they going through extreme measures, trying to cover up or convince people not to testify, like Mariah mom. They was using code words like Rihanna and...
Even though Melly would be sentenced to life in prison if convicted of witness tampering alone, this actually answers the important question of why she is treated so unfairly while incarcerated. Allow me to clarify. Melly's mother said in a statement that he has been forbidden from using a phone or even reading his own mail while he is in prison, which is illegal and a good justification for Melly's release.
Convicted of anything, and even other inmates that have been convicted or anything, they have the right to use a telephone. They have a right to just to be allowed to write letters to their loved ones, to receive their mail.
YNW Melly has been prohibited from using jail phones in case he was meddling with witnesses through them. Even though he was just a suspect, they had concrete proof, so they wouldn't just forbid him from using the phones. In an interview, she expressed her empathy for her child and her helplessness because he isn't even getting compassionate treatment, even after proving that Melly was witness tampering.
Melly's statement, just saying how he's been hurt, how he's scared for his life. As a mother, how did that make you feel?
It's heartbreaking. It made me feel completely helpless. Broward Sheriff's Office definitely needs to be investigated. I mean, they are making up their own rules. We've tried to go to court about this situation. The judge really doesn't have any jurisdiction when it comes to the jail, because we actually had a hearing about the mistreatment of him, and the jail they make their own rules. And I don't think that's fair, because I know
Charleston White said that YNW Melly shouldn't be given preferential treatment and that this is the proper way for him to live while he is behind bars. If you agree, watch the video. The media reported on this in great detail.
I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated. Yeah, I'm so happy he in jail getting mistreated, homie. Homie, when you take a life, homie, you ain't got a right to complain about a motherfucking thing about being mistreated when you done chose to play.
We may even see Bosey later. What do you think about Jamie King's experiences during her son's incarceration?
She real, bro. You know she real.
She's stressed out. I heard she had a...
Yeah, she real, and I reached my hand out to him, cause I'm real. Yeah, I reached out to him, bro. I met his mom.
YNW Melly's partner, YNW Borton, was also arrested, which regrettably made matters worse. On a piece of paper containing the names of the jurors and the information of Melly's initial trials, he wrote, "Here are the images of alleged notes discovered during the home raid of YNW Band, where Borland details where certain jurors were sitting with a description of what they looked like."
YNW Bortland was booked into a Miami jail Monday night and is being held behind bars on an out-of-county warrant. We just confirmed the warrant is out of Broward County for witness tampering. The warrant obtained by Law and Crime Network states as follows. On or about April 10, 2023, continuing through and including July 22, 2023, Cortland Henry, aka Bortland, along with others, did unlawfully and knowingly engage in misleading conduct toward another person with the intent to cause or induce them to withhold testimony. The warrant continues the alleged witness had been summoned by the legal process to the jury trial of Jamel Dimmons, aka YNW Melly. The dates in the warrant are important. Jury selection for Melly started in mid-April, and a judge declared a mistrial on July 22nd, the same day the warrant claims Bortland.
Scholars say that this is especially terrible because if Melly had been given a life sentence, Moreland might have given some gang members the piece of paper that revealed their appearance so they could exact retribution.
Bobby, Bortland, how the f you gonna have the notebook of the jurors in your house? Holy sh! Like, come the f on! It's like doing and having the surveillance tape in your DVD player or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro! Like they raid your crib and the surveillance footage of the is in your DVD player. They're like, oh, okay, thank you.
But to boost YNW Melly's prospects of being released, his lawyers used evidence from the first trial that Melly was texting his ex-girlfriend Maria and hiding in a bush when he evaded the purported drive-by during the crime.
Someone just shut the car up and was trying to shoot them. So I asked him if he was okay, where he was, and he's like, there's a car coming behind him, like hiding. He was like, there's some, yeah. He's like, yeah, there's some. I think they're still out here or something. So I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I said, well, where are Sack and Juvie? And he said, I don't know if they're in the car. I think they're...
The prosecution acknowledged at Melly's trial that no handgun was ever found, supporting the theory that it was a drive-by. Additionally, there was proof that a car carrying enemy street participants was pursuing YNW Melly.
The first thing is I didn't have a firearm, so I can't know which firearm I'm going to use in order to replicate any of my tests. So I can't make tests for this determination because I don't know what was used.
Nevertheless, because the retrial took almost a year, the prosecution continued to investigate YNW Melly's offense. As close friends, Melly and the late King Val would later tell the new judge that they had strongly disagreed with his lawyer's argument. When two of your best friends were vying for your money, a dissident Gold Block member disclosed a secret Melly had told V prior to his incarceration and asked King Val for advice.
Told him that he was two friends.
He ain't come out and say, like, we got into an argument And so, you know, if you know, when people could say something without saying it. And so he told me, like, once I posted what I posted, Vern was mad at me. Bro, why you put up there, bro? What the bam? I'm like, you sitting up here, like, you know the love we got. You do this for us, but you gonna trust that his two friends? And he said, them was trying to extort him. And so I'm like, if they was trying to extort him, then why you?
YNW is not just a legally registered business, but it is also a legitimate street squad. Melly and Borland would sell items, hold live performances, and organize promotions to generate money. Following that, it would be sent to the YNW corporate account, where each of the 4 YNW members of Sack Chaser, Chuvy, Melly, and Borland would get 25% of the funds. But Borland and Melly didn't want to give up some of their money for 2 people who are not functioning at all. Thus, you can probably presume what guidance King Va would have given Melly to handle it if you are familiar with his background. Combining this motive evidence with the information on Melly's phone allows you to demonstrate that he sent a text message confessing to the crime just hours after it happened, something the prosecutors missed during the first trial.
Tom asked him if he was okay, and his response was, "I did that," and placed a smiley face emoji.
And the next message from 10/26/2018 at 16:02 from Eastern Standard Time. The YNW Melly account says what?
After that,
Nevertheless, he would use footage from someone's Facebook Live that showed him dancing in a Portland parking lot to shoot a new music video barely 6 hours after the crime was over. This was further proof of Melly's emotional reaction on his phone. Please comment below if it appears that this person is grieving the loss of his 2 closest pals.
Melly still turned regardless of what happened this early morning. He's still out here being very positive. Turned still. Hey! The dog still turned, regardless of what happened. You already know.